Melissa, I'm so excited to talk about what is coming through 2025 in DIY influence. And are you ready to let everybody in on what we've been building?
I am beyond ready and I'm beyond excited.
DIY influence has been kind of our heart and soul walking around outside our body for a long period of time. And we care a ton about what the member experience is like. Like, what are you walking away with? What is going to move, the proverbial needle for people? And we wanted to reimagine what can your schedule actually take on? Like I imagined when we were thinking about how much programming to do, I couldn't fit it all into my schedule. We wanted to make sure it was streamlined enough that you could get everything you need, nothing you don't, and make sure that we cover all the bases because in thought leadership, there are a lot of bases to cover. Like personal brand, for example, Melissa, I know we were talking about like how many months do we want to cover personal brand for? And we'll get to our curriculum in a moment, but personal brand is really important, huh?
Personal brand is table stakes. I mean, there's no other way to say it, right? If you don't have a recognizable tactical personal brand that works for you and that people remember, you're that much further behind, right? Because if you don't control how people perceive you and how you show up for others, they're going to come to their own conclusions. So to me, it's a non-negotiable.
Love it. And we want to make sure that you have time within the curriculum in our community anyway. So, no further ado, we want to talk through what the new year is going to look like, everything that we're going to cover over the course of 12 months, and give you that high level overview at once, but also open up this exciting news that we are going to have new membership tiers. We have some folks that their schedule will simply not allow for the in person elements. They just need to get into and access a library of resources just really for them, curated, specific, and actionable. But that's kind of it. And we wanted to have a place just for people like that, where you could come and ask a question amongst a group of peers, where you have a safe space to ask anything you want to, but also to not have to have like a hefty price tag really at any of these levels. But I mean, you don't need to go hire anybody at this point. You can come, learn what you need, have that resource available of this community, but not have to feel like you got to show up for a bunch of stuff either. And so that new tier of membership, we're calling our Explorer membership. And that tier is all the way down to 39 a month. I mean, I know what it costs to have one session with me. So hopefully 39 a month for you feels incredibly accessible and you will really the level of support there I think is exceptional for someone who is new, but even like that, like you've been doing thought leadership for some time, you just need every once in a while to ask a couple questions. So Melissa, any thoughts on our explorer tier?
I mean, I almost think we're pricing it too low, but I do want it to be accessible for everyone, right? And if you sign up for the year, we're actually giving you 2 months free, right? So we are really, really trying to make this accessible for everyone. You get access to all of the recorded learning sessions, right? All of the resources and that online community. And that online community is so special and so valuable. And I have even been blown away by the level of engagement and the level of support that I see there. So to me, this membership is literally a gift, and I hope that a lot of people are going to take advantage of it.
Absolutely. All right. So, our next level of membership, this is for where most of our members are already currently. And so, I'm really excited, though, to announce that we have some new amazing benefits. If you are at this tier of membership, we are calling it the Navigator membership. And of course, there was a really cool definition of Navigator that we adhered to, but like, you're going after a dream, you're going after a vision. Like, you've got some guidance in and around you, but like, you've got to go and kind of blaze that path. So anyway, navigator membership. So what we are adding to this, so you already get the interactive workshops with experts that are already here, but then also external experts. You already get speed networking, which is like the most fun session ever. Getting to know members currently that are here. It's amazing. You get visibility. We already are highlighting you in posts, like in one-off posts that we do, but in reposts as well. And you already get access to this learning vault that we have, including our community. But we are adding this really amazing new element. And Melissa, I'd love for you to share with us, but this personal advisory board. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so I am super excited about this. It is optional. You don't have to participate, but I'm not sure why you wouldn't. So we will be taking everyone who wants to opt in to this personal advisory board, and we will be curating a tailored group of peers and mentors that will meet monthly. And we really view this as, peer coaching, personal advisory, helping you make those important decisions so that you don't have to make them alone, right? They will help you be accountability partners. They will help you by providing personalized guidance to you. It I've had this experience in other parts of my life, and it is truly invaluable, right? Because we all need that support, we all need that guidance, and I am seriously, I am so excited about this. This is one of the most exciting changes for me.
Yes, absolutely agree. And we get to keep it at the rate of just 79 a month. I mean, again, like if you were outsourced anyway, you've already heard me talk about how like minimal this investment is compared to what you get. But again, we really want to streamline the learning calendar. We want you to come and meet with experts, but we don't want to overwhelm your calendars. We want to make the time that we have with our members so impactful. So we have built out a learning schedule, and I'll go ahead and jump over to that topic now before we get into our very last amazing level of membership that you can choose from. But part of what we want to do again with your time is just make sure you have everything you need covered. And you have a chance to go back to and learn from really highly drilled in topics for all the things that do come in with thought leadership, because you may not want to do public speaking right this second, but in like a couple more months, you may need to know how to get it started, how to structure a talk, how to make sure that that talk that you're going to do is incredibly well used time, or like this, a podcast. You may not be ready for that podcast now, but when you are ready, that resource will be there for you. And so we're going to just very quickly run down the next 12 months of programming that we are going to cover. And we will say this too, sometimes things shift. In thought leadership, we saw AI take the world by storm, and we needed to make sure that people were using AI very carefully in their thought leadership. So you better believe that we added a lot of programming to the calendar just for that thing. And also we're responsive to our members. So a lot of our members that come to us, they are building something new. They've left corporate, or they're considering a move from corporate, and they want to go and build something. I mean, it's a consultancy, a startup, whatever that is, a portfolio career. They absolutely need an audience to do that. And that can take a number of, all the different forms and vehicles of thought leadership that you can have. So, anyway, this is built for you. And so in January, we're going to dive right into your 2025 thought leadership strategy and framework. You're going to know what you're going to say, where you're going to say it, how it's going to do. In February, we're diving deep on personal brands. In March, we're going to bring thought leadership together in that 1 month of time. In April, it's about monetization. Most of us are going to have a thought leadership driven business at some point in our journey. It is just where the world is now. You want to know how to make sure you can monetize your subject matter expertise. In May, it's all about speaking and using that speaking as personal PR. In June, strategic networking and referrals, and how to leverage those to the hilt, how to serve and be served with them. In July, it's all about video content creation. In August, back to monetization, sales, and conversion. We may use thought leadership really well to get attention, but can we keep and convert that attention? In September, we are all about podcasting. October, we're headed back to that work of thought leadership. In November, personal branding. We're going to do a refresh ahead of 2026. First time I've said that.
I
2026. And then December, we're going to cap off the year with a hard look at monetization again. How are you making sure that you are using and leveraging your subject matter expertise to drive revenue for you? So it is going to be a fantastic year. We want to make sure, again, that everything gets covered, but in a DIY manner. Anything we touch here, any topic that we approach, we want you to know how to do it on your own because most of us do not have a marketing team that we can lean on. If it's going to get done, it's going to be us doing it. So you will learn not just the what, but the how. So, Melissa, what do you think of our upcoming year of learning?
I could not be more excited. I think there is so much incredible information here, so much incredible value. Some of these sessions will be taught by us, some of these sessions we will be bringing in outside experts to speak to.
Mhm.
I could not be more excited. I think that this calendar sets our members up for a year of success, a year of growth, and a year of influence.
Yes. And so I know, like me, if you're anything like me, you're not maybe so good at doing homework and you don't want to waste any more time and you don't want to go slowly and you really need to get things moving fast. And we have two options for people who not just want to become members and kind of learn as you go, but like if you need immediate help, we have two options for you. The first one is our learning. So we have an accelerator. It's called the Influence Accelerator. We have learned so much. We have had 10 cohorts, I think, of personal brand bootcamp over the last like year and a half, where we have taught groups and groups of people how to do thought leadership, how to operationalize their thought leadership and their personal brand. And we're taking all of those learnings, every bit of insight that includes now, again, with this influx of AI, how do we need to be responsive to it and give you, again, everything you need, nothing you don't. But also this element of social selling. I think folks have probably heard social selling, and I know that I get the ick every time I think about it. But Melissa, I think we both agree that we've got to do our part to take the relationships offline.
Couldn't agree more. And the funny thing is, if you know me, you know that the word sales absolutely gives me the ick. I am the least salesy person, and I say it all the time. But social selling doesn't have to be ick. And I think it's probably one of the most crucial lessons for people to learn. So I'm super excited for it.
Me too. I still am like, oh, I'm gonna have to change my behavior. Part of all of this stuff that we're learning, we're learning it because yes, we're doing it, and yes, we're teaching others how to do it. But I really loved my ad hoc style of everything that has worked so far in thought leadership. But even for me, I know that if I don't tighten up some of my efforts, they're just not going to have the results that I need. And so I am here for it. I'm so glad we're doing it. And like anything else in DIY influence, when we do it together, that's how things change. If I'm off on my own, all of this stuff goes to the bottom of my list and falls off first. But when I'm with community and I can see other people excelling, it helps me to do it too. So I'm really grateful for that. And that leads us to the last way that we can help you immediately. So one of our new membership levels, it's called the Trailblazer. And the Trailblazer is fantastic because not only are you getting every other member benefit that comes that you can get in DIY influence, you also get one-on-one coaching with Melissa. So Melissa, she is a LinkedIn top voice. She has built a faster than fury growth on LinkedIn. And she is so good at all things engagement and everything that really matters on LinkedIn. She already knows how to take all those relationships offline and she knows how to get the work done quickly and effectively. And everyone she works with soars, really. And so if you're willing to do the work, she is willing to meet with you once a month and make sure that you are not wasting a minute of effort. If you have to move the needle quick, that may be the membership level for you. And so you get to add on that coaching with Melissa and still have all those member benefits at $249 a month. That is an extraordinary rate. Again, very generous, Melissa. Thank you.
My
So
pleasure.
sign up before she comes to that place where it's like, I can't
Changes
keep
her
doing
mind.
it.
All good.
So, but yeah, so we've got, again, we're recapping here. We've got 3 levels of DIY membership that you can engage with. We have an upcoming influence accelerator that kicks off January 22nd. We have a full calendar year of meetings where you can join us and learn live as long as you are at that second tier, the navigator membership or above. And I think just really above all, like this podcast is hitting your ears either at the very end of December, like the back half of December, or the earliest part of January. And as you think ahead to like what do you want your life to be like by the end of the year? I know for me, community has been everything. I've worked for myself now for 15 years in this business. And I'm really thankful, like really thankful that I have a community that knows me inside and out, probably by now. You've seen me just at the high highs and like the not great lows. And like we can only do so much to carry each other, but what we can do is show up and know each other and like support and collaborate and engage. This community has been tremendous for me personally. So I'm just so excited to welcome our next group of members in. How about you, Melissa?
So my word of 2024 was collaboration, and collaboration and community go hand in hand. And so I could not agree more. You can do these things alone, for sure. It's really slow. You can hire one-to-one experts to do these things with you. It'll go faster. It's very expensive. And so I think the beauty of what we're offering here is you don't have to go it alone. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars per month on experts. You have experts built into your own community that is also going to support you every step of the way. The support that I've gotten here, the support that I've seen others get here has just been beautiful to watch. I know you said something at the beginning about, like living outside of our minds and bodies, and it's our hearts. And I truly do see that. I see the real relationships that have formed in this community, and I wouldn't trade that for anything. And so I am beyond excited to see what we do in 2025. And I think this is just an outstanding start. I could not be more proud and more happy.
Yes, same here. So we are putting a close date on and community entrance. One of the cool things that we're getting to do and to shift toward this year is just a really intentional onboarding process and making sure that members can dive in, fully understand what's happening, that we can give you that personal attention, and that you have kind of like this headwind of I I'm not starting from scratch alone. Many of the people who have come to DIY, they're newer to thought leadership, or they've put it off for so long that it's like that thing that wakes them up at 2 in the morning, just freaking them out. Like, I can't believe I still haven't dealt with this. I can't believe this is still hanging over my head. And if I could imagine having shifted anything by over this year, if we could shortcut for you this lengthy gap between your beginning and then you're like, hey, I've been doing it, I've got momentum, I'm feeling really good about my thought leadership, I can see it having results already. Like the fumbling around that we all have done for so long in our visibility and our thought leadership, that does not need to be you anymore. So whether it's DIY influence and you joining us to do this, or just grab a buddy, make sure that that buddy forces you into getting out of your comfort zone and just starting. You will be so glad you did, because no one else is going to carry like word of how great you are if you're not doing it too. Like give them the words to say with your thought leadership about how great it is to work with you and the kind of work you do. You will learn to make your network your mouthpiece, your DIY influence, and have a great time doing it. So, well, Melissa, thank you so much for sitting down with me to talk about what's coming up in DIY for 2025. I am so excited.
Always my pleasure. Happy to talk about DIY 24/7.
Indeed. All right, folks, let us know if you have any questions at all. And we hope we see you before January 5th when we close membership for the quarter in the community.